I've worked with every branch of the armed forces, Fortune 500 companies, Super Bowl champions, Olympic athletes, and NBA champions. And what I found out was they all had one thing in common. They had a game plan, solutions, strategies, and results. And it revolved around 4 different elements. And those elements were attitude, communication and engagement. They had to play like a team. They all had a symbolic focus, something that they could kind of rally around, whether it was a project, whether it was a championship, whatever it might have been, was something that they could rally around and really kind of take off on their own. And it was very interesting because each one of these organizations had what we call a transformational leader, and that transformational leader was there to develop other leaders. That's the key in transformation. It's not just keeping it to yourself, but it's developing those other people as you're moving along. Well, a good friend of mine, John Maxwell, said one of the single most important things that you can do is become a transformational leader. See, because what you're doing is you're developing other leaders. It's giving back, it's getting them mentored, just like Robert had said, and moving them forward, giving them the tools that they need to be successful. But the first thing they have to do is they have to start to be able to hear what you're saying, hear above the noise. Because right now there's a lot of noise out there, and you've got to stand above that noise. You've got to be a little bit different. You've got to look for things that are a little bit different. Look for that talent inside someone that you might not have seen beforehand. Well, there are a number of different transformational leaders. So one of the best examples I could use is Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Unbelievable transformational leaders. You know how Steve Jobs had gotten fired from Apple before he made a comeback? Because he was thinking a little bit differently. See, because if you learn to transform your thinking, you learn to optimize your assets, and your assets are every single person in this room. It's the information that you have in your brain, it's your communication connections, and then you accelerate your connectivity. You accelerate the rate at which you connect with people, and you accelerate the rate at which you execute. You will then become champions. It's as simple as that. If you think good is good, and everybody's doing a great job, a good job, you are going to be dead. Because good just doesn't work these days. You've got to be excellent in order to attract the right people, to retain the right people, and you've got to create an environment that is conducive for growth. And that's by giving people opportunities, setting them up to succeed, and putting them in charge of different things that you might want them to take advantage of.